Hello and welcome to the final episode of After Hours Murder Mystery Theater and that of Famicom Detective Club Volume 2, The Girl in the Back. So, give me 2 seconds here. But there's so much that points to the principal, and Hibino wouldn't be so stupid to murder Goro without an alibi, would he? Chapter 11, Insanity. One moment. Asking me for a trade. It's the front of the high school. It's so bleak out here. As though the clouds could break any minute. No one's outside. Here we are at the fine arts room. Conan? What's with the long face? Was it something I said the other day? I really don't think Principal Arabe could be a killer. It's absurd to even think of such a thing. The principal was the owner of a large black car 15 years ago, correct? Yes, he did own one a long time ago. But seeing as how the principal was away on business at the time of the Goro murder, how could he be the killer? Principal Arabe is not a murderer. I will hold no more of these pointless conversations. Good day. And one moment. I gotta take care of this. 2 seconds. There are certainly a lot of black cars out there. Furthermore, the principal is supposedly away on business. Principal Arabe was truly away on business at the time of the Goro murder. Then Kamada's right. He couldn't have been the murderer. Taking away the possibility of Arabe, my next best lead is now Mr. Hibino. Staff room? Ah, detective. Mr. Hibino came through here a short while ago. Seemed awfully angry about something. Could I speak to Hayama then? Can't hear right now. Can I ask about Hayama then? The last I saw of her was yesterday. That student was injured. Wait a sec. Didn't Miss Hayama say she had to tell the principal about the student's injury? If Hayama can verify that she contacted the principal while he was away on his business trip, then that would confirm his alibi. Have you seen Miss Hayama at all today? No, I haven't seen her lately. I need to get going soon as well. Better safe than sorry, if you ask me. Storm's going to be a nasty one. Shure's one foul day, Conan. Can't you feel it? There's just something in the air. It just feels dreadful. Hey, Conan. Ayumi. I've discovered so much since I last saw you. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I've got to take a makeup test for Mr. Bina. I missed a ton of stuff that day I chased after Mr. Tazaki to Marufuku. I'll try and meet up with you at the office later on today, unless I get caught up in the storm. I hate this weather. Yoko always used to say, I wish I didn't have to be in school on a day like this. We're supposed to be getting some kind of weather like this later today. The clouds look just like they did that day it happened. Conan, it feels like she's standing behind me all the time anymore. Shinobu's somewhere inside that school. There's just no other explanation. See you soon, Conan. I have reason to believe Shinobu is still somewhere within Yoshimitsu. There's no doubt in my mind. What could Yoko have meant when she said that? That her spirit was still roaming the school in the guise of the girl in the back. Wait a second. If the bloodstained girl Miss Hayama saw was Shinobu alive but wounded, then that black car must have made a stop here on the night of the Kaneda murder. It's possible Yoko meant the killer hid Shinobu's body somewhere inside the school. Before anything else, I need to verify Robbie's alibi. It seems Miss Hayama holds the key to all the answers at this point. Whole building. Starting to get worried. I've got to find Miss Hayama soon. Standing all the way out here isn't going to help. Makes me wonder, though. Why would Miss Hayama have come by here while running home? It's an awfully big detour. Conan? Miss Hayama! What are you doing out here? Miss Hayama! Did you manage to get a hold of Principal Arabe yesterday? I called the hotel you said he was going to be staying at, but they didn't have any record of him ever checking in. After I got off the phone at the hotel, I called his house and spoke with him there about the injured student. Why, what's wrong? The principal's alibi is falling apart. What are you doing out here? I could ask you the same question. Someone double parked and blocked the gate, so I had to come through here on my way in. Oh my... That's right, I remember now. That's the reason I had to come through here 15 years ago, too. there was a car out here blocking the gate, so I ran through here instead. It was a big black car, I think. Yes, I remember it looked familiar. It wasn't there when I arrived at the school either. Whoever it was got there after I did. Miss Hayama, I have reason to believe Shinobu's body was hidden in this school that night. You say you saw a large black car here at the school when you ran through here? Shinobu may very well have been in that car. Shinobu was here that night? If that's true, then there's only one place she could be. Conan, are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's possible. Conan, are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's possible. The criminal must have stuffed her body in that wall and sealed it with plaster. If that's the case, then I think it's time for another chat with Mr. Tazaki. I think this is where I better get the final word from that shifty janitor. What's wrong now? On the night of the Kaneda murder, was it really you who plastered the wall? Yeah, of course it was me. You still don't trust me, do you? I want to trust him, but... Did you see a large black car anywhere at the school that night? There was somebody at the school? Why do you keep asking so much about that stupid wall? You still don't trust me, do you? The fact is, I have reason to believe that there's conclusive evidence for the Kaneda case in that wall. In other words, the murder weapon may have been sealed inside it, along with Shinobu Asakawa herself. What? Tazaki, have you told me the entire truth up until now? Well, no, I mean, not really, I guess. It was me who plastered that wall, but after I laid the plaster, I decided to take a walk and clear my head while I tried. I accidentally left my bucket of plaster there, so it's possible somebody could have stuck her in there and resealed it while I was away. You really think Shinobu's in the wall? I know I sound suspicious, but I swear I'm telling you the honest truth. Hey, there's something else. The next morning, when I went to get my power drill, I know something. It looked like someone had been using my tools. I'm sure of it.
That's what really happened. I never thought anything of it until now. These are really the kind of details that ever seem important.
I've got to see what's in that wall.
Please find the killer soon. But will I? It can't be the principal. It just can't be. You won't do anything to him, will you?
So, you believe Shinobu's body sealed into a wall at the old school building? Well, Conan, I can see you worked quite a lot out. I assume you probably have a suspect in mind by now. I do. Conan, I've come to some conclusions as well. I know who the owner of the pin is. The question is, do you? The owner of the pin. It's this person, right? Tadashi Urabe. Correct. We need to be very careful of the principal from here on out. He's very intelligent and could do anything at this point. Could the killer really be Principal Urabe? Boss, that wall. I know, Conan. We'll get to it in due time. Right now, we need to focus on apprehending Urabe. I'm going to be monitoring the situation from the police station. Good work, Conan. We couldn't have done it without you. I can't believe it. Despite all his recognition, could the principal be nothing more than a common criminal? When he was talking about his grief for Yoko and his trust in Tazaki, I didn't get the slight suspicion that he was lying. However, if he's the killer, why did he corroborate Tazaki's alibi? Wait, of course, it provided an alibi for himself as well. For all I know, he could have even been planning to reveal the lie if he ever became a suspect that throws suspicion on Tazaki. Real criminal. Principal Urabe. Principal Urabe? Hang on a second. If all this is true, then Urabe must have had murdered Genjiro, Goro, and Yoko, as well as Shinobu. The three current murders make sense, but why would he have murdered Kaneda 15 years ago? It doesn't at all. Let's look at detective agency. Detective, I'm going to share with you something not many people know about. 1 second. I need to plop it. Like so. Hopefully that'd be the last time somebody would actually message me on Steam about trading cards. Whatever. Detective, I'm going to share with you something not many people know. Principal Urabe is far from what you think. A long time ago, this so-called Good Samaritan had a hand in Mr. Kaneda's shady affairs. What? Who is this? Someone who hates that lowlife from the bottom of his heart. Let me tell you, he is at the school right now. He's what? Hello? They hung up. Oh no! I left Ayumi at the school all by herself. She's in danger. Ayumi, you're safe! What's going on? Conan lets out a sigh of relief as he finds Ayumi and Hibino safe in front of the high school. Anytime. Really? How's it going? Hold on a second. Okay, that'll be the last one. Ayumi, did you see the principal anywhere? Huh? No, I didn't see anybody in there but Mr. Hibino. I was in a classroom the whole time, though, taking his test, so I really couldn't be sure if anybody else was in there or not. Mr. Hibino was supervising me to take the test the whole time. I don't think he'd know either. The principal isn't back yet from his business trip. Just got an anonymous tip at the office just a minute ago. They said the principal's here right now. We've got to get to the principal's office. It's locked from the inside. Conan rams the door as hard as he can. There they find Principal Urabe face down on his desk, lying in a pool of blood. Principal! Principal Urabe? Everything was locked, even the windows. What in the world? He's already gone. He appears to have been stabbed. There's an envelope over there by the body. Take the envelope and open it. Inside the envelope, Conan finds a note written on school letterhead. To whom it may concern. I dare not call myself an educator any longer, after having allowed myself to commit so many atrocious crimes. You see, I was once nothing more than a henchman in the late Mr. Kaneda's schemes. But before long, he started to get in my way. So, on the night of November 10th, 15 years ago, I murdered him in cold blood. It would have been the perfect crime had it not been for the single eyewitness, Shinobu Asukawa. To my astonishment, she had seen everything. So, as she tried to escape, I pursued her in my vehicle. It was then that I ran her down, fled the scene with her body in my trunk as fast as I could. All these years I had kept this secret hidden, hoping no one would ever find out. But then, suddenly, two people appeared who knew of my dark past. One was a detective by the name of Yoko Kojima. I watched helplessly as she uncovered the facts, one by one,
inexorably approaching the truth. The other was Goro Kaneda. It was then that I realized he must have seen me flee after I murdered his father. This sudden shock was simply too much for me. Fearing my secret would be exposed, I took the matter into my own hands once again. And silenced Yoko and Goro before either could reveal what they knew. The fool that I am. I only afterwards realized that these acts would ultimately seal my fate. I only regret I hadn't realized earlier that there was no need to hide the truth for so long. And so, I die in shame. Please believe me, for I am but a shell of a man. Forgive me. I was left no other choice. Tadashi Urabe.
No! So this is it. Principal Urabe, of all people, was a cold-blooded murderer. And so Conan now realizes the phone call must have come from Urabe himself. A last-minute cry for help. Principal? Come on, let's head back to the office. We need to contact the authorities. This can't be. Principal Urabe's not a murderer. I can prove it. You see?
I'm the killer. If only you hadn't come along,
Conan!
I would have gotten away with everything, and he'd still be alive. Ever since that day, 50 years ago, after my missing father phoned me to say he'd taken poison, I made up my mind that I had nothing left to live for except to see Kenjo Kaneda die by my own hands. I left my own last words on the principal's answer machine, and I took a knife to Kaneda. That's when Shinobu came in, saw everything. Kenjiro lying on the floor, bloody knife and me. Standing there in shock, I quickly realized what I had to do.
She knew it as well as I did, and ran.
It wasn't long after she escaped that I heard the sound of screeching brakes from down the road.
When I caught up with her, I saw a black car there, stopped just in front of her. Shinobu was lying on the street, motionless. It was Principal Urabe. He got my message, came hurried to stop me, but he was far, far too late. So after quickly stuffing her in the trunk, we drove to the high school. I dragged her into a remote classroom in the abandoned school building, leaving her there for dead. I watched her lay there, regretting ever getting either of them involved. But then, a second later, I looked back at her and she wasn't there. She was standing at the window crying for help. She only been unconscious. Looking out the window, I realized there was a girl down there. I thought for sure she'd seen us. I couldn't take it. My mind went blank. Next thing I knew, I was holding a broken face and Shinobu was lying at my feet. Looking down at her, I knew she wasn't going to get up this time. After that, I ran home as fast as I could. Next day, I went to see the principal who sent this to me. Forget everything. The principal helped me. And Koro knew it all along. That weasel.
I only wish I killed him sooner.
Seeing an opportunity, Conan grabs Ayumi's hand, and together they rush out of the room. No, not that way. It's a dead end. Suddenly, Conan realizes they've taken a wrong turn as they come face to face with a huge mirror. There's nowhere left to run. They're trapped. Oh no. Conan! Ayumi and Conan turn as pale as ghosts as they hear Hibino's footsteps slowly draw closer and closer. Kyoko once confronted me, right where you stand now, asking me this. Sir, back in the old days, you killed someone, didn't you? As I stood there staring at her, I saw her face turn from doubt to anger to fear, taking on an expression that was the exact same as Shinobu's 15 years earlier. As the forgotten feelings of guilt and animosity suddenly overwhelmed me, I suddenly cried out. Yes, that's right. I killed you. I killed you 50 years ago, and I'll kill you now. In a blind rage, I wrung her little neck right then and there until long after she stopped breathing. Oh my God. I hadn't meant to kill her. In a fit of confusion, I just dropped her body there and ran home. However, they found her body in a runoff miles from here. Why? She died here. Why did they find her there? No matter. I'll make sure no one finds you nearly as easily. I've managed to keep this secret safe until now. And I don't intend to stop here. Conan! As Hibino lunges, Conan pulls Ayumi out of the way just in the nick of time. His knife strikes the mirror, shattering it into 1,000 pieces. Turning away from the mirror, Hibino once again confronts the two, but then suddenly... From behind the mirror, a skeleton dressed in a schoolgirl uniform falls on Hibino. Sugi and Mariyama suddenly come rushing onto the scene. They can do nothing but stand there, staring in disbelief. Hey, in the mirror. This is what Yoko meant all along. Saying this, Ayumi faints. Ayumi! Conan carries Ayumi away, far from the crime scene. Even at 30-something, goddamn, it's loud. Well, Conan, that really was something, wasn't it? I owe you my deepest gratitude for doing all that you did. Could never done this without you. And so the two talk at length about everything that happened. So, Hibino was the source of his own undoing. Yep. Shinobu's body wasn't in the old building after all. Urabe must have put her behind the building after she was murdered. That's probably why Mr. Sasaki said his tools looked as though they'd been used. I bet it was the principal who dumped Yoko's body into the river as well. Sure got in over his head when he agreed to help Hibino lie. I recently learned Urabe never even dealt with Kaneda until the murder happened. But he did have a secret of his own to hide. He killed Shinobu, even if it was an accident. I thought Hibino killed her by smashing her head with a vase. Yes, that's what he claimed in his confession. But forensics had told me that while such a blow would have caused massive damage to her skull, no signs of any such fracture were found. I even delivered post-mortem. In other words, they're telling me Shinobu died in a car accident. But that doesn't make sense. Why would Mr. Urbino have claimed she was yelling at the window if she died in the accident? Don't tell me, you're still hung up on that ghost story angle, aren't you? But seriously, there's something I want to talk to you about. Due to recent events, I've decided to take on another staff member. Ayumi! From this day forward, she will be a full-fledged employee of the Utsugi Detective Agency, same as you. Is it me, Conan? I can't believe it. After all we've been through, I'm going to be your partner now. I'm still trying to get over what happened with Yoko and Shinobu. By the way, what's the word on Mr. Hibino? Well, I hope now he's finally free of the demons that had haunted him for so long. I just hope he can forgive himself for what he's done. And the pen? Oh, that. Apparently it was a gift from the principal to Hibino back when he entered college. Seems to have been very important to Hibino. Apparently he carried it with him everywhere. But he was calling himself Hibino by that time, not Uchida. Shouldn't the pen's engraving have read TH? That's a good question, Conan. Having said that, Ayumi, what do you say we go grab something to eat? Sure, let's go. Hey, what about me? So much has happened in the past few days. I just can't believe it. Principal Robbie turned out to be a decent man after all. His only fault was feeling pity for others and helping to cover up their mistakes. Going through life as a childless widower, it seems as though time and time again he would selflessly act in his friend's best interest. Doing the best he could, he helped Hibino through life, treating him as though he were his own. And about that pen, I realized that TU engraving must have stood for Mr. Hibino's original name, Tatsuya Uchida. However, I can't help but think when the principal had it made, he really meant it for it to be Tatsuya Urabe, his son. And that's it. That's Famicom Detective Club Volume 2, The Girl in the Back. Now there's the first one called The Missing Heir, but I don't think they actually did a fair translation of that. But I've learned that it is on Switch. Thanks, Shana. So that'll do it for After Hours Murder Mystery Theater. And I'm actually glad I finally finished this. Even though it took me like a couple of days, a few hours to actually get this all done. I got a few more visual novels to do. But more likely, you know, this was something different that I really wanted to do, and I wanted to stream it, but never really managed to. I got really frustrated with the setup and, you know, the constant drops as far as trying to stream it is concerned. And, you know, different taste for everybody, so I'm actually glad I decided not to stream it. So, if ever I do something more like this, something different, like an after hours something, well, it's going up at 4 o'clock, so, you know, 4 o'clock, then, you know, then the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, the 10 a.m., the 9 or 10 a.m. morning, or some Let's Play will be up the secondary. So I'm going to be going back to finishing up Blue Dragon Awakened Shadow, and of course do the grinding of Digimon World Redigitized so I can complete that. And on the side I have Bravely Default, which I'm also going to be working on as well. And when I put that up, that'll probably be, I don't know, probably after Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. So, I hope everybody enjoyed this, something a little different I pulled up. So, yeah, next time, something else. Enjoy the credits. Thanks, guys. You did awesome. God bless you, Gunpei Yokoi. Two years later, on one particular day. Second Detective Agency, Conan speaking. Hello, Detective. My name's Zenzo Tanabe, calling from Eugene Village. There's a matter I wish to speak with you about in person. Eugene Village. Oh, that's not too far. Alright, I'll be there in about an hour. Hey, Yumi, I'm going out. Conan, where are you going? To be continued in Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir. which would be like 1, I believe. Unless this is 2 and thank you very much, Conan Edogawa. We hope you've enjoyed the game. And so, having been promoted to the rank of detective, it's now time for your personality assessment. You seem to be very courteous and good at seeing the other person's point of view. Additionally, approaching things calmly and rationally seems to be your way. However, how would you handle yourself if things got out of hand? Also, you've got a very keen sense of intuition. And let's see, you seem to be a terribly serious person. This is the end of the personality assessment. Well, how was that? This personality assessment inaccurately described you in any way. We apologize for the inconvenience. Have a nice day. And finally, it's time to find out how compatible you are with Ayumi. Yeah, love rating. Whatever. Hey Conan, how are you and Ayumi doing? I kinda dig you myself. I wonder if you noticed. Hmm? If Ayumi ever treats you bad, you know where to come. Oh? I was just kidding. I'm sure Ayumi's very sweet. Thanks, Nintendo. Keep it classy.